2022 edition is bursting at the seams with star power. And as we inch closer to opening day, the Angels get set to test themselves against their crosstown rivals. The Freeway Series, featuring some of the biggest names in baseball, starts now. The Freeway Series is presented by your Southern California Lexus dealers. Does it ever feel good to be home? The Big A, your Angels, and Joe Maddon taking on crosstown rivals, the LA Dodgers. Thrilled to be with you here tonight. Valley Sports presenting this broadcast on KCOP My 13 with Mark Gubicza. I'm Patrick O'Neill. Gooby, it's great to be here and under the lights.
Patrick, great to have you here. This is great. I mean, they had a great spring training. The vibe down there, Joe Maddon said the same thing. The way they were playing the baseball game, the way they were running the bases, pitching, swinging the bats. Excitement there in Arizona, excitement here tonight.
Feels like it's been a year, right?
Yes.
It's just absolutely forever. But we are here and we're getting ready for baseball, and a treat for you Angels fans because Thor, Noah Syndergaard, is on the hill.
Yeah, that power fastball, average fastball, about 97.6 miles per hour in his career. 94, 99, he'll throw a slider, changeup, curveball, an occasional slider too. But he has excellent stuff. Threw the ball well in spring. Only 2 innings pitched in the last 2 seasons, but Shohei Ohtani only had 2 2/3. Look what he did last year. I love what he's doing. He's all about commanding the strike zone, utilizing his secondary pitches, and he wants to win, and he's pitched in big games throughout his career. That's the thing you love about Noah Syndergaard. He won a World Series game for the Mets back in 2015. He's all back going out there and competing, and he has that look already as you see down there warming up in the bullpen.
Got the great look. He's a perfect fit for Southern California,
yes,
right?
He is. Walking around, no shoes on today, just grounding himself, going out to the field before he takes the mound.
Barefoot in the grass. Well, yesterday the Angels made a decision, and they designated Justin Upton for assignment. So here are the 4 outfielders for your Halos. Brandon Marsh, Mike Trout, yeah, heard of him, Joe Adell, and you know what, Taylor Ward. He's been knocking on the door, and he gets the call.
And Joe Adell, really what he did last season, all the young players get a chance to be able to play, but Joe Adell really made some strides, both the defensive side and swinging the bat. And even go back and in the spring training, you see that OPS last year, 703. This spring, he's getting that toe down and quick through the baseball, hitting home runs to right center and pulling the baseball. Even with 2 strikes, hit a home run this year. Brandon Marsh, an elite defender out in the outfield, and he's letting the baseball travel deep in the strike zone. We know the doubles, the triples, and the home runs. He's swinging the bat very well in spring training, but I'd love to see him let that baseball get deep and make swings like that and go to left center field. Taylor Ward, Joe Maddon, absolutely love him. He can play a number of different positions. He is fearless in the outfield going for fly balls, and he's crushing lefties. 303 batting average, 949 OPS. He's going to get some action against some tough lefties, and that's going to be important. But it all starts with Mike Trout.
Yeah,
the 3-time MVP. Last year, when you look at what he did, 333, an on-base percentage of 466 before he got hurt, 416 in his career, 310 home runs. I'm feeling this is going to be one of those seasons where Mike Trout puts it all together with the guys around him in that lineup. He's going to get pitches to see and hit. I'm looking at maybe MVP number 4.
Woo, love to see that. You got the kids in the corners, and Mike Trout, Taylor Ward, and Noah Syndergaard. You ready for this?
I'm so ready, Patrick.
All right, Thor takes the hill, gets the Dodgers. Walker Buehler, we have the call for you. First pitch right around the corner. For your Halos, taking on the Dodgers, second start of the spring for Thor. Did have a minor league assignment. And I know, Mark Gubicza, you had a great conversation to sit down with Noah. He's a cerebral type guy. He's a giant on the mound, and all he cares about is one thing.
Yeah, all he cares about is winning. My go-tos for Noah Syndergaard to continue what we've seen so far in spring training is you got to establish and control fastball early in counts. That's a plus fastball, 94, 99, average about 97.6. But then feel for the secondary pitches. If you're coming off, haven't been pitching for a long time, just 2 innings, having to break a ball and change up, very important for him.
Dave Roberts, the skipper for the Dodgers, went on record to say it's the best lineup he has ever seen. He's an MVP and Mookie Betts. First pitch, we are underway. Freeway Series exhibition baseball. Angels and Dodgers, it's a great way to break camp for the Halos right here under the lights. Get used to baseball under the lights. for the Angels, something they have not seen so far. And for Syndergaard, Mark, it's not just the velo, although we know he could touch high 90s, like you were mentioning. It's the change and the off speed that needs to be.
And they're feel pitches for, especially when you got the adrenaline going. You got that new uniform on. You want to impress the fans here at the Big A, but you got to stay back, stay under control, and feel for secondary pitches.
That's 0-2. That's a pretty good start for Noah Syndergaard. Angels red here at the Big A, and strikes out Betts in 3 pitches.
Yeah, it's almost as if Mookie Betts is thinking, okay, maybe he's going to try to run an off-speed pitch, but he runs a fastball, 4-seam fastball upstairs with some run action, ties him up. Mookie Betts looking away, gets us express up and in.
Love to see that. Now Trey Turner. You're looking for a test to kick things off on the hill. The first start as an Angel here in front of the home crowd. Some Dodger fans here as well, of course. Freeway Series. It's this Dodgers lineup. One 0 to Turner. The shortstop now for the Dodgers with Seager. Corey Seager moving on. Big deal with the Texas Rangers. How many pitches do you think we'll see from Syndergaard here?
I imagine he's going to get up to that 70, 75 range. And when you think of guys with high velocity like Noah Syndergaard, 97.6, he will throw just about the exact same amount of 2-seam fastballs and 4-seam. That was a 2-seamer with sink.
Fouled back, gets ahead of Turner. A good hack at that one, 1-2.
I wonder if he's going to try a changeup here. That's a good field pitch for him, too, especially with 2 strikes.
Syndergaard lets Turner pop that one up. Jared Walsh is there, second out of the inning. So here's the D behind Thor. The outfield, Brandon Marsh, Mike Trout, and Taylor Ward. Third base, Anthony Rendon, Tyler Wade, Jose Rojas, and Jared Walsh. And doing the catching for Syndergaard, Max Stassi.
And that's important to get that rapport from Max Stassi and Noah Syndergaard. And Mike Trout out in center field, always being pushed as far as how good a defender he's going to be in that center field position. Always expect the very best from Trouty out in center.
Max Muncy, the batter now with 2 down, top of the first inning. Gooby, I'm really excited for the season. I know, of course, spring training, everybody's excited. This team has to stay healthy. But what we saw from Shohei Ohtani and now Mike Trout and Anthony Rendon, everybody healthy. And if we could see something great from Syndergaard, look out.
I mean, there's some really good balance. That's a good changeup. That's an 89-mile-an-hour changeup. Stayed behind that baseball well. The balance was there. Max Muncy is just so good as far as his idea of the strike zone. His on-base percentage last year at .368. He will work counts. He doesn't chase a lot.
2-1 now. Shift is on. Muncy. He's dealing with an elbow. Appears to be locked and loaded, ready to go for the Dodgers. Angels and Dodgers will meet 4 times during the regular season. They split the season series last year, 3-3. Yeah, that was close.
That's a good pitch. 95-mile-an-hour fastball, maybe about a half a baseball off the inside corner.
Alfonso Marquez behind the plate. Syndergaard doesn't get it, just misses. 3-1 now. Muncy draws a walk.
That's not unusual to see from Max Muncy, patient at the plate, even in a hitter's count. He's not going to expand the strike zone. And that's good to see Noah Syndergaard willing to throw something secondary in a fastball count. Even though you have a plus fastball, hitters like fastball, so you have to have command for those pitches. And that's something that goes along and comes along for somebody that hasn't pitched in a long time like Noah Syndergaard.
Justin Turner now the batter for the Dodgers. Noah Syndergaard. Strike one. 1-year deal. Has a lot to prove coming off the Tommy John, as you've been talking about throughout spring training, Mark, and in your conversation with Noah that we heard on our Angels Weekly season preview. 2 innings, but there's another guy that did just that. Same thing and turned out okay.
But his stuff is outstanding. I mean, he commands the strike zone. He has a presence about him when he takes the mound. And first round draft pick by the Blue Jays came over and trades to the Mets. The only Mets starter with a win in that World Series against Kansas City in 2015. He's been an all-star. Hit career high at 218 punch-outs, going back to that average fastball velocity. That's a 2-seam and 4-seam fastball at 97.6.
What does he go to here? 0-2, 2 outs. It's fouled back by Justin Turner. It's nice to hear this crowd.
Only let somebody know they didn't make the play on the foul ball.
No mercy.
Going back to what you talked about in the opening, Patrick, I love having some night baseball for the team. It's so important for everybody, both the hitters, the fielders, especially off the bat, even the pitchers. It's a different feel. Your body is completely different.
1-2. It's good to get these 3 games in under the lights. 1 here tonight at the Big A, the next 2 at Dodger Stadium before the season opener on Thursday. 4-game series with the Houston Astros. Shohei Ohtani has been named the opening day starter for the Halos. Strike 3. Blows it right past Turner. Noah Syndergaard. Excellent start here at the Big A. Walsh. You have Ward, Stassi, Marsh, Rojas, and Wade. And Shohei Ohtani leading things off. It's really remarkable the season. We will go on and on and on. But what he accomplished just never happened by a hitter. Also winning 9 games, perfect on the hill here at the Big A. Just incredible.
And 26 stolen bases, by the way. A great base runner. It's a great challenge for Shohei Ohtani with Walker Buehler on the mound for the Dodgers. Plus pitches, plus fastball, plus secondary pitches. A challenge here right away for Shohei.
Walker Buehler has been named the Dodgers opening day starter. 2-time All-Star, 16-4 with a 2.47 ERA last year.
How about that whip? 0.97. That's no traffic. That's not a freeway out in LA. That's for sure. There's a lot more traffic.
Takes a strike, 1-1. Joe Madden was asked about Shohei Ohtani if he's essentially his leadoff hitter. He likes to see him there. Of course, that he was asked, well, he's going to take away an RBI from him, and he can be his own RBI, but also going to turn that lineup over.
That's why it's important with Fletcher at the number 9 spot, normally in the lineup for the Angels, getting on base for Shohei.
Fletcher dealing with a little hip tightness. Nothing serious at all. Erica Weston, we'll have more on that a little bit later on here in the game. Good count here for Ohtani versus Buehler, 3-1. Sees a strike.
Both these pitchers intense on the mound. They are very good competitors. They're not afraid and not shy to challenge hitters in those hitters counts.
Full count to Ohtani. Foul back. Not only the unanimous AL MVP, AP Player of the Year, Commissioner's Award,
which doesn't happen a whole lot. I mean, when you think about what a season Shohei Ohtani had, and he still feels he's going to be better this year.
Ohtani strikes out, 1 down. 95.
Both pitchers running high fastballs that get swing and misses.
So here comes Mike Trout. If you think about it, Mark, he just hasn't been healthy with COVID and with the shortened season. You go from 19 to 21. He's played in essentially less than half of the games. A healthy Mike Trout is going to be huge for this team. He's having a pretty good spring as well. It's a great matchup. Trout, first pitch swinging. Did he get it out to center field? Caught at the wall. Bellinger goes back. He had it all the way.
That's the difference between a baseball hit here at night at the Big A as compared to in Arizona. Challenge him at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Trout, when he's aggressive on the first pitch, he can do some damage. Almost got that one out, but Bellinger runs that one down just in front of the wall.
Just missed it. Oh, but it's great.
You know what?
That smile.
That's all you care about is a good swing.
Yes.
Because it doesn't count on your bubblegum card. It doesn't count. You just want your timing and a good swing against an elite pitcher like Walker Buehler. That's a good swing by Trout.
Third batter of the inning is Anthony Rendon. You want these three players in the lineup together at the same time. It only happened 17 times last season. A tough year for Rendon. He is 100% healthy, ready to go. Stars are out tonight, that is for sure. 1-1 to Rendon. Buehler clearly not thrilled with that location.
Still go back to that World Series team for the Washington Nationals. Anthony Rendon, what an at bat he had against Clayton Kershaw to spur that comeback and be able to win that series and eventually win the World Series. That home run he hit off Clayton Kershaw. A down and in breaking ball.
He slows the game down. It's 2-1. Chopper, foul, 2-2. The Angels currently sitting at 36 players. Something we'll talk about throughout the game. Who has the potential to crack that 28-man roster? Expanded roster from 26 for the first month of the season. How many pitchers will the Angels carry? 16. 10 or 9 relievers. Joe Maddon says yet to be seen. There's Anthony Rendon sending that one to the gap, going over, unable to make the play as Chris Taylor. Rendon into second base, the 2-out double. That is good to see right there.
It's 2 pretty good swings in a row for Angels hitters against Buehler. Trout to the wall and dead center. Now this one hit well to the warning track. A breaking ball that flattened out on Buehler. And Rendon, how quick those hands are, quick through the baseball and that lower half leverage to drive it that well. Taylor has made so many great plays defensively in his career. No matter where the Dodgers put him defensively, almost ran that one down, but off his glove. Bellinger there to protect him and keep Rendon at second base on a double.
I'm surprised he didn't come up with that one. Doubles machine is Anthony Rendon. We had a chance to say hi to him outside the elevators briefly. He's in a great mood. And here's the all-star, Jared Walsh. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Walsh certainly finished the season hot at the plate.
Yeah, he even said himself in our preseason special, talked to Erica about that. As far as that month or so he struggled, but then he got that swing back.
1-1. Anthony Rendon, 2-out double. Brings up Jared Walsh. Walsh was hitting 3rd, 4th, or 5th last year. Most of his big success, the high OPS, came when he was hitting the 5-hole. Quite possibly he'll be the cleanup hitter for the Angels. Well, with the shift on, he beats it. Rendon rounding 3rd. Here comes the throw from Taylor. And Rendon beats it into second base. Goes Jared Walsh, and it's 1-0 Angels.
Oh, get a first opportunity to see the aggressive nature of Phil Nevin, third base coach, new third base coach for the Angels. That ball was hit right at Taylor, and he challenged him with 2 outs. That's a great swing by Jared Walsh going the other way. It's an all-speed pitch, kept his hands back, punches it by Turner at third base, and then he's able to drive in Anthony Rendon on aggressive base running. Rendon picking up Phil Nevin, no hesitation. There's a chance at a play at the plate. He's able to slide in there with the first run of the game.
Austin Barnes, the catcher for the Dodgers, unable to come up with a throw from Chris Taylor. It's got past Turner at 3rd. Here comes Taylor Ward. Great story. He's been ready. He knocked down the door. As we mentioned in the open with Justin Upton, DFA'd. It's because of the play of Taylor Ward and the kids in the corners, Goodell and Marsh.
Tell you what, Patrick, how impressive Jared Walsh was against right-handed pitchers last year. Hit .333, but slugged nearly .590 against right-handed pitching. Came through there with an RBI single. Vance on the throw to the plate.
Beat the shift going the other way, so 2-0 to Ward. Got 2-1. Do you expect that it will be, obviously Trout in center, but, Marsh and Adell at the corners for opening day?
I think so. But if there's a real tough lefty, maybe you'll see Ward and Adell both out in the corner outfield positions. But Brandon Marsh not only can hit lefties well, but he's so good defensively. It's tough for Joe Maddon to not have him out there. He's done everything you want from a young player, getting an opportunity last year, and he carried it into spring and making the most of that opportunity.
Another RBI opportunity here. Taylor Ward, 3-1. Runs the count full, fouls that off. So 2 down. Runner at second base is Walsh. Rendon scored on the Walsh RBI single. Took second on the throw. Dodgers ace Walker Buehler. 3-2. Taylor Ward. Big swing, left field. That one is long gone. 2-run shot, 3-0 Angels. Crushed. Yeah, you made the team, buddy.
Talked about him on the pregame show, how comfortable he is in the batter's box, and the baseball has been jumping off his bat. This is not an Arizona home run. This is here, and that's at the 390 sign left center field against Walker Buehler. Taylor Ward getting an opportunity. That little two-seamer, even though it's 96, it runs to the heart of the plate, right to his swing path. And boy, I'll tell you what, Taylor Ward covered that one.
So the Angels touch up Walker Buehler for 3 here in the bottom of the first. That one had a great sound to it. Max Stassi now 1-0.
Some really good swings in this inning for the Angels. Outside of the pitch that Shohei Ohtani chased running up and away, Trout deep fly to center. Anthony Maroon a double left center. Great at bat for Jared Walsh going the other way. And then that blast by Taylor Ward. I say their eyes are acclimated to playing at night already.
Apparently so. Max Stassi fresh off that 3-year extension. Does such a great job behind the plate defensively. Defensive runs saved with the way he frames. He also put up good numbers offensively, particularly at home. Two and one. What do you expect from Stassi this year at the plate?
When he stays and thinks middle part of the field, that's where his power, 13 home runs. The majority of his home runs, right center, left center, center field. He will turn on the ball, but I expect some good power numbers from him too.
Takes a strike. Count is full.
That's a pitcher's pitch. That's an unhittable spot. 3-1, painting the corner at 95. If you swing at that, more than likely you're going to hit that ball on the ground. He's trying to, in that count, trying to see something where he could drive in the air. Now it changes down to 3-2 count.
3-2. Stassi drives that one to right field. Mookie Betts is there. Third out of the inning, but the Angels score 3, and it was Taylor Ward with the big damage. Huge, huge home run for Ward. I'm guessing Mike Trout likes it. He does indeed. Buehler on the other hand.
Back on the bump for the Halos with a 3-run lead, top of the second. But this is what it's like if you're a hitter, even a very good hitter. And Justin Turner trying to deal with this fastball from Noah Syndergaard. Thor dropping the hammer at 95 upstairs with some running action for a swing and miss.
Yeah, that doesn't look fun at all.
No, especially after he delivers the baseball. It feels like he could shake the catcher's hand. I mean, he has a long stride, uses that lower half of his body to create that leverage, to have that type of velocity on a consistent basis.
Only 17 pitches for Syndergaard in the first. 11 of those were strikes. And Cody Bellinger now the batter, so 1. 0-2. So talking about that stride. Oh, Syndergaard, he's lanky.
So important to have that downward action and be able to get that stride out when you're releasing the baseball. We always talk about velocity, but when the baseball's out of his hand, when he delivers it, it's that much closer to plate with that velocity.
0-2 to Bellinger. Struck him out. Quick work of Bellinger there, one down.
It's been a part of the game this year for Bellinger. Cody Bellinger's been struggling with the strikeouts, trying to make some adjustment, but here you got a fastball up and then a fastball down at 95. Swing and miss for Noah Syndergaard. Real good feel for his fastball here early in the game.
Third strikeout, all swinging. 20 pitches. Let's get stretched out when the regular season begins. Revamped Angels bullpen. Expanded rosters, so get five plus in, turn it over to the pen.
I really like that first pitch he threw to Taylor too, because you know Taylor can hit a fastball, and he has to believe he was going to get a first pitch fastball from Syndergaard, especially the feel he has. Threw a breaking ball, good curveball, just a little bit out of the strike zone though.
Hit hard down the line by Chris Taylor. Brandon Marsh over to get that one, but that would be a double for Taylor.
There's those quick hands on a fastball. Gets it down the line. Now a challenge here for Syndergaard with a runner in scoring position. Didn't quite have that running action in enough. And Taylor quick gets the barrel of that one down the line for a double.
It's tough down there in the corner too. You see Marsh going to play that, something he'll have to get used to.
Especially as a center fielder, Patrick, that's a good point. He's not used to that carom around in the corner, so you got to get to that spot and be able to keep that baseball from hugging along that bottom low wall and run by you, because that can end up being an inside the park home run.
So Edwin Rios now the batter, first baseman for the Dodgers. No Freddie Freeman here tonight. Dave Roberts told the media that 24-hour bug is running through the clubhouse. Expect to see him tomorrow. Nobody out. One out, excuse me, strikeout.
Good arm action on the changeup. Wow, that's real good feel.
So he's mixing in the fastball, the slider, and then that change. About 10 miles per hour difference between the change and that heater. Rios 0-2. Line drive center field. Mike Trout is over to get that one. 2 down.
Let's take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud and what the pitch arsenal is for Noah Syndergaard. If it was a sinking fastball, just about exactly the same between a 4 and 2-seam fastball. Changeup at 16%, slider 15%, and just under 10% is curveball. Just a different movement. You can see the difference in that baseball there. It's a great illustration between the fastball 4-seam, 2-seam, the way it runs. So he's got east to west with his pitches, but he also can elevate with his 4-seamer upstairs.
Gavin Lux now the batter. 2 down, runner in scoring position. 3-0 Angels. Drops in, curveball. That one we only saw about 9% of the time, but he's got a feel going tonight, Goopy.
Yeah, that's at 76. So you have separation between 95, 96, and 76. With his curveball, his changeup's 88.
0-1 here to Lux. 0-2.
And that's why you have a late swing. 76-mile-an-hour curveball. Gavin Lux can hit a fastball pretty well the other way, but there's a separation of almost 19 miles per hour between the curveball and his 4-seam fastball. That's why you have a late swing.
Curious to see what he goes to here. Wants the signs again from Stassi. 0-2. Downstairs, 2-1.
That's one of those 2-seam fastballs, Patrick. He's trying to run in at the hip and bring in the inside corner. That became a little more dangerous because that started on the corner and ran out over the plate. 0-2, you don't want to make that type of mistake.
Good miss there, 0-2. Now 1-2 to Lux.
Marquez is not giving that inside fastball. Max Stassi really good as far as getting those strikes called that were borderline maybe out of the strike zone, tried to bring that one in and frame it good enough to get the call, but does not get it.
Stassi considered one of the best in baseball. And exactly that. 2-2, 2 down. Line drive by Lux, center field. Trout's over. It's going to score Taylor. It's a 3-1 ball game.
But off speed here. That breaking ball a little bit more of the plate for Noah Syndergaard. It kind of leaked out over the plate, and Taylor able to score easily on that hit by Gavin Lux. He's going to get more of an opportunity to play now with A.J. Pollock traded to the White Sox.
Craig Kimbrell, straight swap from the White Sox for Pollock. Didn't have to go far on that trade. We share the same facility in Glendale, Arizona. Some of the changes for the Dodgers. This is Austin Barnes doing the catching tonight for the Dodgers.
You see now that's 3 batters in a row, 0-2 for Noah Syndergaard. He gave up a well-hit baseball that Trout round down to Rios. Not exactly where you want. And then 0-2 and end up eventually giving him a 1-2, giving up a hit to Gavin Lux. This is the one thing where Joe Maddon wants to see from Noah Syndergaard is that finish. Finish the hitter off as quick as possible with a quality pitch.
He does just that. Strikes out Barnes. His 4th K through 2. It's 3-1 Halos.
Opportunity for the Angels' young outfielders, but specifically Jo Adell and Brandon Marsh, who Joe Maddon told me before the game today earned every opportunity. Nothing was given to them. He told me he spoke to the 2 of them yesterday after the news of Justin Upton being designated for assignment, saying the reaction is always interesting. He said they try not to scream, they maintain their emotions.
Great catch right there to rob your guy, Erica, of extra bases. Taylor makes the catch. Yeah, continue about the reaction. I'm curious.
Hey, you got to imagine that they were pretty excited to hear that news, right?
Yeah.
He said as they walked out, you started to see how they felt, a little shake, a little shimmy on the way out. But he said it's always bad news this time of year. So Maddon was so excited to be able to deliver good news indeed for the young outfielders for the Angels, guys.
Erica, didn't Joe say they wanted to scream, but they kind of have to contain themselves?
He did. He said they try not to scream, and they maintained that on the way out, but you see them get excited as they hit the door.
He couldn't believe that ball was caught. Thank you, Erica. We appreciate it. As Jose Rojas, first pitch swinging. There's 2 quick outs. Oh, it was a tough one for Justin Turner. I jumped the gun. He makes the play, 2 outs.
Oh, wait, Patrick, going back to that at bat by Brandon Marsh, that was a really good swing. That baseball went to the warning track right down the left field line. That was a really good play by Chris Taylor to run that one down, and Brandon Marsh was shocked at that, but that's all about the swing and the power he has the other way. That's impressive. We mentioned that in the opening, how he hits the ball so hard to left center, left field, but that was a great swing. Even though it doesn't result in a hit, it's still a great swing. You got to remember that swing as you go forward.
He's still in complete, utter disbelief.
But, you know, he does that to a lot of other people when he's on the defensive side. So, you know, fair play.
Marsh and Adell, best friends. They bring such tremendous energy to the yard each and every day. Here's a look at Tyler Wade. Stole a lot of bags, 17 for the Yankees last year. Significant playing time. He's at shortstop here tonight. Wade is expected to make this club without a doubt.
This could be real interesting getting on base. He's been running so well. He had 17 stolen bases last year for the Yankees. Caught 6 times, but Phil Nevin told me in spring he was put in those situations where he's pinch running, knowing he's trying to steal, yet he still had 17 stolen bases.
2-1, show and bunt.
And Walker Buehler's susceptible to a stolen base, so it would be pretty interesting to see if he gets on base, if he's going to be on the move, especially with Ohtani waiting on deck.
There's always that, isn't there? It's 3-1. He lost him. Wade apologizing for the way he flipped the bat. It's a bat boy, but that will bring up Shohei Ohtani. 2-out walk for Buehler. So now we get a chance to see Wade on the base pass here with 2 outs. Mike Gallego was telling me earlier today, Gooby, that he just loves the way the Angels have played baseball so far in spring training. The way they're running the bases, taking the extra bag. There's a delayed steal by Rendon. They're just thinking they're ahead of the play. No one's missing any signs. It's just a great start to spring training and the season right around the corner. Ohtani, first pitch, and that will end the inning. Angels have a 3-1 lead. End of 2.
Fastball 95 upstairs. He got 4 strikeouts in the game. He's thrown 33 pitches, 24 for strikes, and 6 first pitch strikes to the 9 batters face. That's impressive, especially when you got that adrenaline going. Your first time out on this mound wearing that uniform.
Syndergaard out for his 3rd inning of work, 33 pitches. Want to build up to around 80. Would be the perfect amount for Syndergaard. Him and Michael Lorenzen have really become really tight on the field, off the field, going to the beach, surfing, of course, throwing weights around and big weights and sleds. Joe Maddon telling us it's not Syndergaard's fault that he looks the way he does. When you get past that giant man with the hair and the looks, he's really smart, he's well read. You just got to get in there. He's really impressed by what he has in this big stud pitcher. It's Mookie Betts leading off the 3rd inning here for Syndergaard.
You have 3 pitchers that are physically at the top of the game. You got Noah Syndergaard, Michael Lorenzen, Shohei Ohtani. I think what was WrestleMania was yesterday, right? Those guys might have did pretty good in WrestleMania.
Yeah, that would be a heck of a tag team. Syndergaard, Lorenzen, and then maybe Ohtani. Fly ball right field. Taylor Ward on the first out of the 3rd inning. And it's incredible. You got Lorenzen on the left, Syndergaard on the right. Lorenzen's guns are ridiculous, as is that giant chain he has around his neck. Lorenzen's so thrilled to be back home. Worked in high school, Cal State Fullerton, now with the Angels.
Real good friends. They work out together. When you go to a new team, it's great to have that kind of a friendship, just to build that bond, and then everybody else around you, whether it's the pitchers or position players, can see your workout routine, how important it is to be at the top of your physical peak strength to be able to go out and compete every day.
Trey Turner now with 1 down here in the 3rd. Angels rotation: Ohtani, Sandoval, Syndergaard, Suarez, Lorenzen, Detmers. You got 3 lefties, and I know you were talking about that in the pregame show with Erica and Mark Langston. He loves the fact that there's 3 lefties in this Angels rotation.
Different looks.
Lorenzen, it's a pop up to Jared Walsh, 2 down. So a 6-man rotation. Again, Ohtani is going to pitch the season opener on Thursday. This will be a big year for Sandoval.
I think he makes that next step. The thing he jumps at is the innings pitched. You want to see minimum at least 4, if not all 6, get over that 100-pitch inning plateau as far as innings pitched. With a 6-man rotation and the bullpen the way it's set up, you got to feel real comfortable that you're going to get a number of those guys. Joe Maddon has preached that from his days with the Rays. If you're going to be good, you need length from your starting pitchers.
Shohei Ohtani, the only starting pitcher to go over 100 innings. Suarez very close, 98. Heaney would have got there with the Angels. He was traded. He was well over 100, about 128. The Angels and the Yankees, now with the Dodgers. But you'd like to see a couple of guys get to 150.
Well, it's good arm action on a changeup. Even though it's off the plate, he's selling that well. The hitters at the plate, Max Muncy thinking, all right, that's a fastball. Same arm action, same arm slot as his fastball, but it's a changeup. Just faded a little bit off the corner. Couldn't get a swing with it because of the change of the speed.
Angels defense shifted over for Muncy on the right side.
And he backed it up with another even better changeup. He's throwing a changeup about 12% of the time tonight. And that's a good feel. We mentioned feel for his secondary pitches, a plus to this point for Syndergaard.
1-2 to Muncy. Got him looking. Another strikeout for Noah Syndergaard, and leading off the bottom of the third, the three-time MVP. Mike Trout, the kid, is back. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Angels over the Dodgers, and now it's Mike Trout facing Walker Buehler. He takes a strike that time. First inning, first pitch swinging, which doesn't always happen. But Trouty almost took it out. Bellinger making a good catch at the wall. It's 0-1.
He likes to do that a lot in spring training games, just to make sure the scouts watching. Mike Trout's being a little more aggressive on the first pitch, so you just don't groove that one down the middle of the plate, so he's falling behind 0-1, so he's ready to jump on that pitch if it's near the zone.
1-2. It's interesting because Ohtani in his first outing said he wasn't throwing his splitter, and then we were like, well, Sassy's like, hey, he threw it 4 or 5 times. So it is. There's like there's a chess match going on out there with these professionals.
And the way everything's scouted and looked at right now, no,
you didn't care.
No, I didn't have a good enough poker face for that.
Ohtani's got some faces going.
Yes, he does.
There's that one meme. Oh, Mike Trout, left field. That one's going back, hanging up at the wall. 2 balls to the wall for Mike Trout. Walker Buehler's like, they're just laughing at each other now.
Trout hit 2 baseballs as hard as you can hit, right to the wall.
Right at the wall. Just missing. But as you said after the first at bat, just one good swing.
Yeah, the thing is how strong that ball had some running action. He didn't quite get the barrel of the bat on that one. Look how far he was still able to hit. That had some run action. That's why Buehler's laughing. He's thinking, did you hit that ball that far? I guarantee you, Dino Ebel, when he goes back out to third base, him and Mike Trout, really good friends. When he goes to coach third base, he's going to say, man, what do you got, warning track power? He's going to give him some grief, but Trout might hit with a mile after that.
Anthony Rendon. Rendon with a double back in the first inning. Pencil him in for 40.
There he is, Dino. You know he's going to do that.
He's already thinking about what he's going to say. Don't poke the bear.
And Trout will say, you know what, I don't want to waste it now. It's spring training, it doesn't count.
Oh, so he doesn't want to show the full power is what you're saying. So he's trying to hit it right to the wall. I got it. Rendon fouls it back. How many ballparks do you think that last fly ball out for Trout? How many home runs, how many ballparks would that have been a home run in, do you think?
Well, I know it's way over the wall at Fenway Park and a number of other Speedway, but
I guess half the league would be my guess. The answer is 19.
19.
Even Dodger Stadium as well. So, Anthony Rendon foul. Didn't miss by much. Remains 2-2. Good crowd tonight. More help. Who gets it now is the question. Nobody.
It was just fun. Out in the pregame show today, just the energy coming in. Everyone's like, they were so excited to come to the ballpark. Just the feel of going to a game at the Big A here today.
All any of us care about is baseball. The two sides worked it out. The 100-day war. Game's better. Rule changes that, of course, we'll be getting into that are better for the game. Full count. Stays that way. A healthy Rendon. Here's another one. Mike Trout with all the injuries, but Anthony Rendon in his time with the Angels, he's been snake bit with the injury bug, particularly last year.
When you go back to the 2020 season, they got a slow start, then all of a sudden he got hot. And he was crushing the baseball. But his swing is so good, so controlled, that he hits the ball hard to right center. And he also doubled the left center, so he can turn on off-speed pitches like he did with a slider against Walker Buehler early in that first inning. But here, fastball away, fouled that one off. He tracks the baseball well. There's not wasted movement at the plate. So his hands are quiet. He's through the baseball. He can cover the outside part, elevate it, down and in. We know that. Just ask Clayton Kershaw about that one. So he has the entire plate covered.
Ground ball, second base. Oh, Lux, there's a lot of spin on that baseball. Just ate him up. Sells an E4. So the way he cued that one to second base, Scooby, it's off the heel of the mitt.
And trying to be able to pick it up. No, he had a little bit of time, but still unable to make the play. The Dodgers shift more than any team, at least at the top three as far as putting the shift on. So they cover for guys that may not necessarily have their natural positions, whether second base or first base. They have a good system as far as their shifts put on. That's why they're able to create better defensive metrics because of that.
So let's take a look at our key player profile on Jared Walsh. I know you mentioned it, the .333 versus right-handers, and where that ranks right at the top.
And it's not just power to right center and pull power. He's got good power going the other way.
3-1 Angels here, bottom of the third inning.
Remember that walk-off home run he had at the beginning of the season against the White Sox? That was a great swing.
He talked about that to Erica, about that being one of the highlights of his season last year. Of course, grand slam off Chapman was pretty big. Buehler fools him on that.
Remember, Chapman at that point had not given up a grand slam to a left-handed batter. That was impressive.
It was an incredible game, and remember, that was the game Ohtani started and was taken out of the game.
7 earned runs, correct? And they came back in that game. That was one of the best games the Angels played all season long, the way they came back in this battle.
The Ohtani rule is going to make a big difference for the Angels this year. So 1-2 here to Walsh. And Buehler strikes him out. 2 down.
Well, you have two pitchers with excellent changeups, and the reason why they're that good too, because they throw two-seam fastballs. So the two-seamer has that running action, but then you back it up with a changeup. It's going to be 88 to 90 also. So similar movement, but just a slight separation to speeds. Both pitchers can get a lot of punch-outs with their changeup.
So Taylor Ward is now the batter. Noah Syndergaard thinking about his 4th inning. So let's go back to his first at bat with a runner on. It's a 2-run jack.
Look how quick you get your hands through the baseball to hit that ball that far, well over 400 feet. Taylor Ward is quiet with his hands and then through the baseball. When he first came up to the Angels, he was all about trying to lift the baseball. It was launch angle for him. And that's not part of his game. He just tried to create that launch angle, and he had a lot of swing and misses, especially upstairs. Now, because of his swing, the way it's set up, he can hit the ball upstairs and lower zone.
So 2-1, 2 down here in the third. 3-1 Angels over the Dodgers. Happy to have you here with us on this Freeway Series. 3 final exhibition games before it is on for real. Thursday here at the Big A versus the Houston Astros. 3-1. Joe Maddon was asked. Fans may be skeptical, or cynical about, this team. Will they be successful? 6 straight losing seasons. And Joe's like, come out here and see what we got. We're going to have some fun. I understand how the fans may feel, but come out here and check it out for yourself. We will have some fun, I guarantee it.
Still go back to what we talked about, the vibe. Just the different people that Perry Minasian brought in. Noah Syndergaard, Michael Lorenzen, guys with a little bit of an edge. Taylor Wade comes from the New York Yankees. So you have guys that won before, but they also, just a little different look and feel and voice in the clubhouse.
Saw Griffin Canning there. Got him looking. So Buehler wins that battle with Ward, but the Angels have the lead on it. 3-1 into third. We are seeing Noah Syndergaard look real good through 3. In that 3rd inning, just 11 pitches. Here are the other newcomers. Not only Thor, Michael Lorenzen. And this is great with the bullpen. Mark Archie Bradley, Ryan Tepera, Aaron Loop, the lefty who led the league with that low ERA, sub-1. Matt Duffy, infielder, second base, first base, third base, can swing it from the right side. Then you have Tyler Wade, can play up the middle as well from the left side.
Versatility, and back into the bullpen is going to be excellent, given, you know, Raisel Iglesias an opportunity to not have to go out and get 6 to 8 outs in a performance. He's going to go out and get 3. You have so many different options for Joe Maddon down in the bullpen, but I love the fact is Taylor Wade can really run. That's going to create some run opportunities for that top of the order, which is one of the best in the game.
Yeah, Tyler Wade back home here in Southern California as well. There was some stiff competition up the middle with Velasquez, and Jack Mayfield is still on the roster. Ground ball, third base. Anthony Rendon all day long will make that look easy. Justin Turner is retired.
Boy, is he so smooth. That's the one thing we know with the bat and the production, the doubles, the RBIs. But what he brings in the field, an excellent defender.
And the best fielding percentages at the hot corner in baseball. Have to have him on the field. Here's Cody Bellinger. Struck out swinging back in the 2nd inning. Dropping in the curve.
That's a great pitch.
This pitch.
You can see Bellinger, he was geared up. He was ready for a fastball, because remember he got beat on a fastball in his last at bat. So he was geared up, and then he drops a 77-mile-an-hour curveball, paints the outside corner.
So 0-1 now. Syndergaard comes back with the 95, 93. He's living mid-90s.
Was that by Mark Langston? Hey, he's a Gold Glove winner over there.
Multiple. Are you trying to say he's lost his touch?
No, he's preparing himself for the radio side. He's doing the pregame show.
Bellinger, the Rojas, 2 down. Yeah, you guys are great on the pregame show. Awesome to have Erica Weston here with us. Langer, Gooby holding the fort down.
Patrick, by the way, strikeouts, and he's got a number of them today. But I love that soft contact on the ground. And that's a couple ground ball outs in this inning for Noah Syndergaard. What that allows you to do as a starting pitcher, allows you to get a little bit deeper in the game, so you get some quicker outs instead of have to throw 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 pitches to get a swing and miss strikeout. Those quick outs on the ground with soft contact is big.
Smart enough to let that one go by him too. For the easy out. And that's a fly ball, center field by Chris Taylor. It's another 1, 2, 3 inning for Noah Syndergaard. We head to the bottom of the 4th.
Start last season, throwing a fastball at 100 miles an hour in his first outing against the Chicago White Sox. He had the splitter working, dealing Shohei Ohtani with the emotion, but also in the first inning, swinging the bat, hits a baseball a mile. So he's throwing a fastball at 100 miles an hour. That went about 115 miles per hour. Exit velocity about 450 for Shohei Ohtani. In that opening day start, we'll be doing that. Starting the game and batting leadoff. I mean, it's still mind-boggling.
I highly recommend you Angels fans tune in for that first inning, because we're going to stay with Ohtani as he hopefully pitches a clean top half and then leads off the bottom half. How does he do it? How did he do it?
His focus, determination, his work ethic is phenomenal.
What was your conversation like with him earlier today?
I mean, and I was just asking about, did you reflect on last year? He goes, you know what? Last year I was disappointed in what I did in the second half of the season. I'm scratching my head thinking that was the most incredible season I ever seen in professional sports.
You didn't like his second half at the plate, but we certainly loved his second half, on the bump. I mean, 46 home runs, only allowed 15 as a pitcher, 80 extra base hits, but only allowed 38.
I mean, the OPS, 637 as a pitcher, 351 slugging, and he almost slugged 600, almost an OPS of 1,000. I mean, it's amazing what he did. And the average, I mean, the top speed on a pitch, 101 miles an hour, and then the exit velocity.
Buehler drops that one in on Brandon Marsh. Stassi struck out for the first out here in the 4th inning. Well, he was certainly asked quite a bit, Ohtani, about what he could do for an encore. Let's just sit back and watch for ourselves, because he wants to do more. He wants to pitch more innings. He wants to clean up on the strikeouts. He should get pitched to a little bit more. That second half, you know, it was Ohtani and Ohtani alone. It's a ground ball.
Even though it rounds out there for Marsh, I like what he did the pitch before, because the shift was on. That whole third base side was open up for a bunt. If it was close enough to the strike zone, he would have put that bunt down. With his speed, he's going to be on first base.
Score that one 5-3 with the shift on for the Dodgers. Justin Turner, basically just to the right of second base, played imperfectly.
Mention that again, the Dodgers will put the shift on a lot.
Jose Rojas, his chances of making the club with the expanded roster, what do you think, Gooby?
He showed a lot. Hitting well over 500.
500 on the button.
He's made some nice plays. He turned a double play at third. He made a diving play out in right center to prevent 3 runs from scoring. So he could do all the things, and he can provide you with a bat off the bench that can drive in a run with this one swing of the bat.
Lefty
he can
bat.
drive it out of the ballpark.
Versatility. We can play infield, outfield. Anaheim native, doesn't hurt.
And it's a joy to be around. I mean, he just loves the game of baseball. He loves the Angels. His team growing up. There's Fletch. Always has a smile. You always got to keep an eye on Fletch, by the way.
That's
sneaky Fletch.
He is sneaky funny for sure. It's a ground ball by Rojas. Lux is there. 4-3. 3 down in the fourth. Bottom half is coming up. 3-1 Halos.
He's been able to run that 4-seam fastball to get swing and misses upstairs, but also utilizing that sinking 2-seam fastball that gets those chases above the strike zone with the 4-seam fastball, about 94 to 96 average velocity. So far in this game, his pitch arsenal: sinker a little bit more so than his 4-seamer, 52% overall fastballs. Curveball, what I love to see, 18%, changeup 16, and slider at 14. So he's using the secondary pitches 48% of the time so far in the night.
Here he is, top of the 5th. And through 4, 50 total pitches, 37 of those for strikes. The 5 Ks, 4 swinging. He's trying to get ready for opening day with the shortened spring training. Mark, we talked about it when we called some games there in Tempe, and you dealt with it, a shortened spring training in your career, and you know you found a way to lead baseball in innings and total starts. I think it's a different ball game now. I mean, pitchers don't throw as much as they used to.
Yeah, the conversation with the pitcher, Matt Weiss, so important. You want to really accelerate as far as how many pitches thrown. But you have to be honest.
Yeah.
You have to be honest with all the pitches you're throwing. If you're not quite as strong as you want to be, as far as, you know, you can think, okay, why can't he throw 100 pitches already? Well, you're not quite ready to have that same, you know, velocity and location when you go from pitch number 70 to 100. So you have to have that communication and being honest, especially early. With a 6-man rotation, it gives you more options, but you have to be honest with Matt Weiss and your pitching coach.
Syndergaard, Rios 0-2. I wonder throughout baseball, you know, the month of April, you know, what will the averages be for starting pitchers? How deep will they go in games? How will bullpens be used with the expanded roster? Something to keep an eye on. But the Angels, I do agree, advantage with the 6-man.
That's twice now against Rios. He's 0-2. He's got a slider, got a lot more of the plate. He got a fly ball out, hit well, and that one is hanging over the plate. That's a good spot, even though it's a ball. So now you've opened up the outer half of the plate. Now Rios is thinking, okay, he's going to go away on me. Well, if you can back it up with another fastball in, you're going to tie him up. Rios is tracking. He's thinking off speed away.
1-2.
I like that. Even though it ran a little bit of play, he was going back inside with his fastball. Now you have options. Now you could try that changeup, little fade down and away. Make it a non-strike, just off the plate.
.55, now 56 pitches for Syndergaard. The second start of the spring, also had a minor league game. where he went a little over 3 innings. 1-year deal with the Angels, same as Lorenzen. He's out to prove he is the Syndergaard of old. Counts now 2-2.
It's a pretty good at-bat for Rios against Syndergaard. That was a good target set by Stassi. Wanted to change up a little off the plate. He didn't go after it.
2-2. Got him looking. Strikeout number 6 for Syndergaard.
That's that two-seam express. The Greg Maddux with a little more velo behind it. Looks like a ball as a left-handed batter. It was set up by the changeup, the pitch before. So you have a changeup off the outside corner. You follow with a two-seamer that runs back and catches the corner. Great sequence against a hitter that looked fairly comfortable against you on the mound. Noah Syndergaard wins that battle.
Like
that's Thor Wood.
Stassi and Syndergaard have a good chemistry going right off the bat. That one just chopped right in front of the plate. Stassi is there for the second out of the inning to retire Lux. 2-1. 2-3, excuse me.
He's got a couple one-pitch outs in the game. Usually when you see one-pitch outs, most times hitters don't want to fall behind a pitcher with plus stuff. So they're going to be aggressive on the first pitch. You see that against Walker Buehler tonight. You see Trout was swinging first pitch a couple times tonight against Syndergaard because you don't want to deal with secondary pitches. Or when you start looking for that, then you run a fastball like Rios had to deal with. Looking, two-seamer.
2 down here in the 5th inning. Noah Syndergaard drops it in again. Austin Barnes, the batter for the Dodgers. 2 down, top 5th. Goes right back to it. Solid crowd here for the opener of the Freeway Series, Gooby.
Real good crowd, a lot of energy here too.
So great to be here at the Big A. 0-2. You know, again, he's gotten ahead of hitters most of the night. That's just a huge advantage. And then that 0-2 pitch, he's missing, but in the right spot.
When you haven't pitched in so long, only 2 innings in 2 years, to have this command early is impressive. And both pitchers, obviously tonight you're looking, both throw on the first base side of the pitching rubber.
Foul back.
The reason why a lot of times the right-handed batter, you favor that first base side of the pitching rubber because you want to make sure you establish when you pitch inside the left-handers, you don't miss out over the plate. And that's why you see pitchers will favor that first base side. Buehler and Noah Syndergaard, same thing.
Already 6 strikeouts on the night, 4 2/3. So 1-2. Let's make that 7, shall we? Thor getting it done in his 5 innings of work, but how about Shohei Ohtani, the reigning MVP, will be in action. This conversation going on right now with Matt Wise, Michael Lorenzen, and Noah Syndergaard. As Syndergaard in his 5 innings with the 7 strikeouts, that's very impressive. But like you were talking, his command spot on in his debut as an Angel here at the Big A.
And his feel for all his pitches, his changeup, that last strikeout, a changeup. He's got his strikeouts with his fastball.
Tyler Wade showing the speed down the line, but is retired for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th, and that's going to bring up Shohei Ohtani. Great ovation here from the fans. How could you not appreciate the history that was made last season with the 46 home runs, 100 ribbies on the number, 103 runs scored, 26 stolen bases, the 8 triples. What am I missing? The pitching stats?
I felt he could have easily won if he probably, because he didn't have as many innings as some other pitchers. I think he was a Gold Glove winning pitcher defensively on the mound. He was that good defensively. But when you put it in perspective, the power, the triples, the stolen bases, and 130 innings pitched, 130 and a third with what, 150 strikeouts, 9-2 mark.
Perfect mark here at the Big A, 6-0, 13 starts. He did some things here, you know, as a home starter that just hasn't been done just as a pitcher in general. Forget about the hitting part. he accomplished things as a hitter that hadn't been done and as a pitcher that hadn't been done. Remarkable season, and Ohtani, forget about it! That one is gone! Wow! 4-1 Angels.
And this is a top-notch, elite pitcher on the mound that Shohei Ohtani just hit out of the ballpark. We just needed to talk a little bit more about Shohei. Show some more stats, and then boom, it's a home run. Shohei Ohtani continues to impress.
When he barrels it up, Gooby, it's got no doubt written all over it. That one left the yard in a hurry. And now guess what? Mike Trout's up. Could get used to this during the season. How about you?
I love that smile. And this, just the energy and how relaxed Shohei Ohtani and how much fun he's having on the baseball field. We saw it last year. We're seeing it there after the home run. And he knows he's going to get a lot of pitches to hit now because this man is hitting behind him.
He really set up Buehler in that at bat. He was spitting on a couple of pitches and then went down and got that. He generates so much power.
Thinking is that it's either a two-seamer with run action or a changeup, so that's all his power that he generated to get that one out.
And you're right about the winning smile. That's going to be your opening day starting pitcher, by the way.
Yep. I mean, he hit a changeup out on a 2-1 count, so you're not sitting changeup. He gets a changeup and he rockets it out.
Get out here and enjoy some of this. And Trout.
I mean, you have
hangs in there with that.
J.J. Watts, you know, watching him play in Arizona. You have Kevin Durant talking about him, CC Sabathia, everyone. Mike Trout talking about Shohei. Now Shohei has this man behind him.
2-2 to Mike Trout, who has taken Buehler to the wall on his first two at-bats. It's a ground ball to short. Trout down the line. And is retired. Nice play.
That was a nice play by Turner. He's got a really good plus throwing arm, too, so he knows he's got to get rid of it quickly. Spins around. It's a nice play by Trey Turner.
Turner now taking over at shortstop for the Dodgers. But just seeing Trout get down the line is it's a welcome sight for Halo fans for sure. Turner can fly as well. These two men with elite speed. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Anthony Rendon. Action in the Angels bullpen. Jimmy Herget is getting loose. If that could be it for Noah Syndergaard.
Good to see Trout get down the line. 29.5 feet per second. Average 27, so he's running well, which is all you want to see. Some good swings and running well for Trout.
He laid up just at the end of the bag there. It's a big man getting down the line, and Shohei can bring it about 30 feet, and that one is broad as well. Anthony Rendon, way gone. 2 home runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Solo shot for Rendon. And the Angels tack on Buehler.
Well, that is a bomb by Anthony Rendon. 2 excellent swings. Double left center, pulls this pitch out to left field.
5-1 Halos. Wow.
Rendon healthy. Wow.
Well, you look at these top 4 hitters in the Angels lineup. Just dangerous.
It's a couple home runs versus the changeup by Walker Buehler. That's another changeup hit out a long, long way.
And Jared Walsh wanted to tack on. First pitch swinging, but pops that one up. And Trey Turner is there to squeeze it. But you know what we have here at the Big A? We have showtime. Ohtani putting on a show. What else is new? 5-1 Halos. With that solo shot there, bottom of the 5th. And for the Angels. It's just been a home run night. Ohtani off the changeup.
Well, the interesting thing, both home runs today, Patrick, in this inning, an 89.7-mile-an-hour changeup. Ohtani hits out. Anthony Rendon hits an 89.6-mile-an-hour changeup out to left. So that means your timing is there. You're not out in front. You're keeping your hands back to be able to hit a changeup out of the ballpark. That means you're generating all that power yourself, and you're keeping good balance in your swing.
Jimmy Herget is the new pitcher for the Angels. Great night for Noah Syndergaard. 5 innings, 2 hits, 7 Ks, just 1 earned run, allowed 1 walk. He will take that all night long. He looks to be ready for the regular season. New catcher as well, so a complete new battery here for the Halos. Austin Romine is catching Herget. Top of the 6th inning. Angels up 5-1 on the Dodgers. The opener of the Freeway Series here with Mark Gubicza and Patrick O'Neill, Erica Weston. Great to have you here with us tonight on KCOP. Herget, he's got that funky delivery, Gooby.
Now, he's not going to wow you upper 90s, but it's deception with that movement. It's going to be 88, maybe 91 average with his fastball, but that same arm angle, slider and changeup, very effective with deception.
Gets ahead of Mookie Betts, but Betts off the end of the bat. Brandon Marsh is there, the first out of the 6th. Register your little angel for the Junior Angels Kids Club, presented by Jersey Mike's. Members receive a lunch bag, shirt, 4 voucher codes, and more for only $20 plus shipping. Visit angels.com/Junior Angels today. Can't wait to see everybody here at the Big A for the opener. Big series against the Houston Astros. Shohei Ohtani is going to be pitching and leading off. And of course, with interleague play this year, universal DH and the Ohtani rule. Trey Turner has got speed. Rendon, bare hand over to first. The stretch from Walsh gets him. 2 down.
Cornered infield defense. Anthony Rendon so smooth coming in on the baseball. And the stretch and the flexibility at first base. Jared Walsh, how smooth he is coming in on the bare hand, all in one motion. That flexibility. Patrick, we may not get up for days if we do that stretch. Like Jared Walsh to be able to reach out and get that baseball, that throw from Anthony Rendon.
Rendon clearly knows who's running down the line, that it's Turner with that elite speed.
Yeah,
bare hands it.
They were best of friends with the Nats.
Turner, fastest player in baseball, and Rendon certainly knew that. Angels now have that shift on for Max Muncy. 2 down, top of the 6th. Jimmy Herget trying to impress, to possibly be added to that bullpen for the Halos, that revamped bullpen. Perry Manassian wasn't messing around and gets by Romine. He addressed exactly what the Angels needed. Starting pitching, we just saw Noah Syndergaard.
And a very, very good lockdown bullpen with lots of different looks, arm angles, velocity, strike throwers. The most important thing coming out of the bullpen, throwing strikes.
That's what Herget's doing here in the 6th, not messing around. That curveball, Muncy fooled. Big crowd here at the Big A. Love it. 1-2 to Muncy. Didn't have a chance. Did not have a chance. Jimmy Herget, great work there in the 6th. 5-1 Angels. Series on KCOP is presented to you by your Southern California Lexus dealers. We are closing in on opening day. The lid lifter here at Angel Stadium on Thursday. Jo Adell, the Angels, great job out there, Tempe Diablo Stadium. Angels went 9-5-1 out there in the desert. Basically led the Cactus League in every offensive category. And here they are tonight with some fireworks leading 5-1. Taylor Ward at the dish right now, facing David Price, the veteran. Lefty coming in for the Dodgers.
There's some great energy at the ballpark here today. Former Cy Young Award winner David Price has pitched well out of the bullpen for the Dodgers. He's kind of changed up a little bit as far as his repertoire. He's doing a lot more cutters, always a good changeup. Fastball velocity just a little bit under 93 miles per hour last year for the Dodgers.
So again, home runs, 2-run shot from Ward back in the first, and solo shots in the fifth. Shohei Ohtani, Anthony Rendon, and Ward center field. Bellinger going back. He was twisting every which way, but somehow made that catch. 1 down. It's tough, those balls hit to.
Yeah, the hardest baseball in the field is a great at you as a center fielder. So you're going back, twisting and turning. One of those twist and then shout and then make the play. But he's a very good defender, whether he's at first base or definitely out in center field.
Still good to see that Taylor Ward is locked in. Some good swings. He will be the, I don't know, fourth outfielder, third outfielder. It all depends. I think all three of those guys are going to get a lot of playing time. Whether it's Adell, Marsh, Ward, you're going to spell Trout on occasion.
When you look at successful teams that Joe Maddon has managed throughout his career, it's been flexibility and guys that can play a number of different positions and guys that are versatile and playing different spots and being comfortable whatever defensive position he puts him in. So it's all about work and prep to be successful and comfortable going in and playing different positions, because it's tough if you're not confident going out to those spots.
With Shohei Ohtani leading off and being the opening day starter, I was just curious, how many opening day starts did you make as these?
I had one.
Nice.
Yeah, it is absolutely the biggest thrill in the world, because for me, opening day baseball is the best in any sport, because the eyes are on you. There's something about opening day in baseball, because you know it's a long season, but that first day is the best.
Austin Romine sends that one foul. Joe Adell on deck. One thing that Joe Maddon was talking about, the kids, and Erica brought it up earlier, is, I mean, they push Justin Upton out, and it said it's not a scholarship program. They're not handing anything out. Adell and Marsh are ready. That's exactly what Perry Minasian said. We believe their time is now.
Yeah, they can do a lot of things so well, and their energy, there's a lot of trust with them in the corner outfield position, because they have a great leader in center field in Mike Trout. So the defense is there. Joe Adell's routes in the outfield have been excellent. Brandon Marsh, his routes, we know how good he is, but it's all set the tone by the quarterback of your outfield defense, and that's Mike Trout. And he's a leader. Yeah, my conversation I had in spring training was he's comfortable in that thing, in the leadership role right now. He wants to get those guys around him better, because they can be star players as well.
He said, if they need me, I'll be there. I'll speak up when I have to. But this is the first year without Albert Pujols being the guy to lead things off, or when he came up, it was Torrey Hunter. This is now, and Joe Maddon didn't like to refer to it like this, you know, it's like, no, it's all about the name on the front, not the name on the back, but this is Mike Trout's team.
Patrick, I'll give you a little hint in my conversation with Shohei Ohtani today. He said, this is Mike Trout's team. And even saying that to you gives me goosebumps, because what he did last year, he goes, no, this is Mike Trout's team. How we go is how Mike Trout goes. That's impressive what Shohei Ohtani performed like last year, knowing this is Trouty's team.
3-2 Austin Romine with a battle, line drive center field. Bellinger, will he be able to get that one? He's running everything down out there.
You might want to avoid Cody Bellinger. There's some coverage.
David Price has to smile at that. Thank you. But Austin Romine, he's stuck around. He's a veteran catcher. He's basically Tanaka's catcher for the Yankees every single time he took the ball. We expect to see Kurt Suzuki here in the Freeway Series, and now here's Joe Adell. And Mark, from what you've seen from Adell at the plate in spring training, he hasn't missed much.
I think the thing you look and keep an eye on is that lower half of his body, his timing and getting that foot down. You see how that's just a short little step. And he's ready, and he's got his hands loaded in a position to do damage. Just a little bit of a toe tap and going forward. His timing there. Sometimes, especially as a young hitter, when you have a real high leg kick, and pitchers notice that. They can throw your timing off. So if that leg's not getting down at the right time when you have a higher leg kick, that presents problems as far as coverage of the plate. Sometimes a tough time as far as high pitches. And Jeremy Reed has worked hard with him. And Jo Adell, to his credit, has listened and learned a lot.
And Jo Adell has long been considered one of the top prospects in all of baseball, but now he's looking to prove that he's more than a prospect, and he's an everyday player. Gets the call there, and that looked outside.
Well, you saw him in spring training. He is big. He is cut. I mean, he is strong, yet still flexible, can run well.
Think about this Angels team. They do have a lot of speed. So 1-2, 2-2. Adell, Marsh, Trout, Ohtani, Tyler Wade. And this Angels team wants to be aggressive. They want to push the envelope, put the pressure on.
Even Fletch runs a little bit. What do you have, 15 stolen base? There's some guys that can do some damage as far as pressuring a defense.
2-2. Adell, base hit, great at bat.
And he was going to be challenged against a very smart veteran pitcher. You know, David Price in that sequence to a backdoor slider, through a backdoor cutter. Then he tried to sneak a fastball in the inner half, and he was ready. And that exit velocity, over 110 miles per hour. That's how quick those hands were. That's a really impressive at bat for Jo Adell.
So now speed at first base, 2 down. 5-1 Angels lead. Jose Rojas 0 for 2 so far tonight. First pitch, swing it, just missed.
Patrick, I'm looking around the stadium. It's a big crowd. It really filled in here. This is fun.
The next 2 of the Freeway Series will be at Dodger Stadium. Tonight we're on KCOP. Tomorrow night, Bally Sports SoCal. The Freeway Series finale, Bally Sports West. Kicking everything off with Angels Live pregame, 5:30. Erica and Gooby and company had Langer on tonight, Mark Langston.
That was a lot of fun, Langer.
A full hour Angels Live pre on Thursday. Get ready, Matty V. This is going to be a blast. 0-2, 2 down. Rojas, left field, and foul.
By the way, it looks like the way it's set up in the 3rd game of that series against the Astros. Noah Syndergaard against Justin Verlander. We thought initially that Verlander may have been pitching opening day, but he's pushed back to the 3rd game. That's gonna be a fun watch too.
2 guys with a lot to prove, coming off an injury.
Both coming back from Tommy John surgery.
Yep. The openers, Ohtani versus Framber Valdez. 0-2. Rojas, professional hitter. It's a base hit to right. Betts drops the ball. Rojas trying to push that into a double. Well, at least a single and an error. But aggressive base running from Adell at 2nd and 3rd now, 2 down.
Yeah, you don't see that too often, to take that base on a little bit of a bobble by Mookie Betts. He's got a great throwing arm, an accurate throwing arm. This baseball was scalded off the bat. Again, lefty versus lefty, stays in there well for Rojas. He sees a bobble, and when you make that commitment against Betts, you got to turn on the afterburner, slides in there, gets into scoring position. It's like Jo Adell at 3rd base. Don't see it often for Mookie Betts. But you can see how strong that arm is. Jo Adell liking that. I'm telling you, the energy, the vibe is there.
Tyler Wade 0 for 1. Lefty on lefty. Price doesn't get the call.
Kyler Wade keeps looking down that third base line. You don't think that with 2 outs to try to push a bump, but with a tough lefty on the mound, you can never count that out with Wade because he runs so well and he bunts even better than that. Especially with a pitcher throwing it on the outer half, gives you a better chance of deading the baseball down the third base line. You have a lefty, it would be a long, difficult throw. David Price, if he's able to field it.
Matt Duffy on deck. Should Wade get on? Look at the new additions for the Halos. It's 3-1.
One thing that doesn't go unnoticed when your opponent, you know a team that's running, being aggressive, you're going to make some mistakes. Even one of the great ones out in right field, and Mookie Betts makes a mistake on that one.
E9.
So that's the thing that's important. You continue to run, you continue to put pressure when you go through those scouting reports on a team that runs well. Team that goes station to station. Phil Nevin told me this the other day when we were in Arizona. The Yankees, they had the power, but they were station to station, so they didn't put a lot of pressure on defenses. Now the Angels, the way they're running, and now all the scouts are watching. They're saying, "Hey, you got to be ready." And the more times as a fielder you're aggressively charging the baseball because you're not waiting back, you're more apt to make a mistake.
Very impressive spring training for Jose Rojas. 3-2. Got him looking. David Price gets out of it despite the pressure, but it's 5-1 Halos. Comes down to pitching, and to see Noah Syndergaard go 5 with 7 strikeouts, just 1 walk, 1 Ernie. Gooby was excellent, an excellent start for him here at the Big A. Jimmy Herget, 1 inning, really clean inning there in the 6th. That's all it boils down to for this Angels team is pitching.
Pitching, throwing strikes, being aggressive, trusting your defense, but trusting your stuff and your game plan coming in and going on the mound.
Archie Bradley, one of those bullpen arms that was acquired by Perry Manassian, has said, you know, he's seen from afar that the Angels are missing pitching.
Yeah, when you hear that from somebody who's been around the game for a while and is a successful closer and on some winning teams, you hear, boy, this team I look from afar, there are a lot of good players on there. They just need some pitching.
It's a ground ball third, Rendon.
That's a tough balance too. He made it look easy.
Sure did. 1 down, so 4 up. 4 down so far for Jimmy Herget. Join us Friday, April 22nd, as your Angels take on the Orioles at 6:30 p.m. The first 25,000 fans will receive a cooler bag presented by Yakult Probiotic Drink. Visit angels.com/promotions for more information. Cody Bellinger 0 for 2. Jimmy Herget, who's looked impressive so far.
He's able to run that fastball, even though it's 90, but upstairs with some movement. You know you have good deception because with a power hitter like Cody Bellinger, played 91, running in the middle of the plate, you would think, uh-oh, that might not be the spot I want to challenge him with, but because he's not seeing the baseball well out of his hand, you get those odd looks. It's a short arm throw, so you don't have a lot of time as a hitter to react and read the pitch, whether it's a fastball or something off speed. You get a real good look here. And you're a hitter. You're not seeing this baseball at all. He's hiding, and it's a short arm delivery, and it's on you right away. So it might be 91, but at the appearance of that, it's about a 95, 96 mile-an-hour fastball.
0-2. He's throwing strikes. And that long reliever is going to be crucial here in the first month of the season. Expanded rosters. 28 from 26. I know Jaime Barria will be out there as well. We'll see Aaron Loup. Expected to see Loup and Iglesias pitch here tonight for the Halos. 0-2. Ground ball. Walsh over to Herget. PFP action.
That's textbook what they've been working on all spring in Arizona. Short in spring.
3-1.
Especially you know how fast Bellinger is going down the line, so you have to get there. It used to be the old adage was a pitcher, you run up and down the line. Now you go that short, direct route right to the base.
5 up, 5 down, all retired by Herget. Perfect 6 and 2 down here, top of the 7th. 5-1 Halos lead over the Dodgers. Ward, Ohtani, Rendon all going deep. Trout just missing twice. Aggressive base running. It's a great start here in the Freeway Series.
He's faced 6 batters. First pitch throwing strikes, 5 of the 6. That's a pretty good ratio, don't you? 7 to 1.
I think that's pretty good. Good math, by the way, too, by you. 0-2.
That's a frustrated look. You're thinking, okay, I'm on that. But it's quick because it's a short arm delivery. And you have a hitter is a good one, especially in those big moments. And Chris Taylor looking back and going, was that a strike? Well, it was a strike too, and it was by him at 92.
Chris Taylor 1 for 2. 0-2 pitch. Line drive left field, base hit. Didn't get all of it, but enough.
A little bit more of the strike zone for that pitch being ahead 0-2, I think. And even looking at Austin Romine, what he was setting up the target, and he didn't quite get it there. Even though it was softly hit into the outfield, he was able to make contact because it got a little more of the strike zone, especially 0-2.
Exactly. So 2 down in the 7th. Edwin Rios is the batter for the Dodgers. Jose Ramos is now the pinch runner, replacing Chris Taylor. 2 down here in the 7th. 5-1 Halos. You know, last year the Angels bullpen was this part of the game, Gooby, that was the tough part for them. The 6th, the 7th, and the 8th. The negative run differential. But when you bring in an Aaron Loup and an Archie Bradley and a Ryan Tepera, not to mention the other healthy arms, you saw Jose Quijada out there and the work that we're seeing from Jimmy Herget. This bullpen has to be the difference maker. Archie Bradley on the right.
There's a lot of confidence down there in that bullpen.
Tepera, there sure is. They're fun guys to talk to.
And this is the conversations we have with them down in spring. They're, I think the Angel fans are going to love these guys. They have a lot of personality. They got an edge to them. They want the baseball. They want the baseball at the big moments. But the best signing, I thought, all winter long.
Just saw him.
Yep.
Raisel Iglesias, no doubt. And a 4-year extension, Mark. That was priority number 1.
Yep.
Perry got it done. 1-2. It's going to make all the difference in the world, especially early in the season. Austin Warren, let's not forget about him. I'd put this bullpen right now. It always comes down to health. Right up there with anybody.
Yep.
Especially look at the amount of innings those guys ate up.
And Jose Quijada, he had some big moments in there. And he succeeded in those big moments.
Some lefties down there in the pen. Oh, got him.
Little frisbee at 72, Patio.
Jimmy Herget gets Rios swinging. I'll take a look at that. I'm pretty good. You've seen my frisbee skills. Not quite that good. Hey, it's stretch time at the Big A.
On a 2-1 pitch, takes a changeup out against Walker Buehler. See that StatCast 3D, the exit velocity 111 miles per hour, going 412 feet on a changeup, 2-1 changeup, fading away, and it faded way out of the ballpark for Shohei Ohtani. Impressive swing. Average home run distance 401. That went 412s. He generated all that power himself, hitting a changeup out.
That StatCast 3D is legit, Gooby.
Love that.
So awesome. New pitcher for the Dodgers, Daniel Hudson. See his work last year with the Nats and the Padres. Speaking of the Padres, they make a pickup here today.
Sean Manaea, that's a great pickup.
For a couple of prospects.
A no-hitter in his career. A couple no-hitters in their career over there. Joe Musgrove picked up the first career no-hitter in Padre history last year.
And you get him out of the AL West.
That's always a good thing.
This is Matt Duffy. And he has interesting reverse splits where he hits lefties extremely well. That time, that slipped out of his hands. Fooled on that, but Duffy's a nice pickup, I think, for the Angels with his versatility, where you can play him in the infield. And also, he could barrel it up, no doubt.
Yeah, he could play first, he could play second, he could play third base. He's been a winner in his career. Part of that whole theme as far as bringing in different pieces by Perry Minasian, guys that have won before.
Oh, 2. Duffy strikes out.
That's a part of that Nationals team that won a World Series.
So here's Mike Trout. One thing Joe said, as far as at-bats, how long to keep his guys in the game is that however many they want to get ready.
Yeah, usually in these games, these freeway series, you see guys get 2 or 3 at-bats, but because of a shortened spring, you're seeing guys getting a few more than normal. It's great to see Trout get another at-bat.
Take strike 1 from Hudson. And Trout 0 for 3, but he's hit the ball well.
Every time. We'll probably hit a flare for a hit now.
His third at bat, nice play by Turner at shortstop, and Mike getting down the line at nearly 30 feet per second. Is that the flare you were hoping for? Oh, that's a nice play at first base. Rios over the shoulder. I don't know about it, tough day, sure, because he didn't get the result, but those were good swings.
Yeah, when we hit the ball right back up the middle with that type of distance, umpires, Walker Buehler, everybody go, uh-oh, I got lucky. You know it most times when a pitcher knows it, and Trout's smiling over, he goes, you know what, I'm all right, my time is getting there. Walker Buehler goes, all right, at least I don't have to worry about it. Talking about giving up that many more home runs in a game.
You know it's spring training when you get those guys smiling. As I'm sure Trout, regular season.
Well, you know Walker Buehler's never going to smile at an opposing hitter.
No.
Nor are you going to see that from Noah Syndergaard.
No, he is absolute fire out there. That's the edge that you love, Gooby. Good night at the plate for Anthony Rendon. A double in the first, the homer in the fifth, so 2 extra base hits. And we showed you Ohtani, StatCast 3D. Here's the rendering of Anthony Rendon, his solo shot in the fifth.
And that was a changeup, a 1-1 changeup, and that went a long, long way, 409 feet. Power, turned on it, changeup, hits it out. So weird when you think about the Dodgers and Kenley Jansen no longer being that closer. And you have a number of choices for Dave Roberts' team, one of them being Daniel Hudson on the mound now for his 2 teammates in the 2019 World Championship team for the Nationals.
The Dodgers re-signed Clayton Kershaw 1 year, but they let Kenley Jansen go, the all-time saves leader. They feel they have the roster that's going to win, as Dave Roberts said, put it down, they're going to win the World Series. Chopper, Hudson. And Hudson goes 1-2-3, retires Rendon. The Angels have the edge in this one. 5 innings, only 2 hits and the 7 punch-outs. Our Erica Weston spoke to Thor after his outing.
Noah, a very solid 5 innings for you tonight with the 7 punch-outs. How would you describe this outing for you tonight?
I thought it was really encouraging. My delivery felt pretty automatic. Didn't have to think about a whole lot, and that's the most important part when you're going out there and competing. You just got to focus on executing pitches, and the staff and I had a great relationship, great vibe going. So it was a lot of fun out there.
How's the chemistry with him so far early on?
It's like peanut butter and jelly. We get along really well. We're on the same page. It's going to be a fun year.
As far as pitches go, how was the feel for the secondary pitches?
I think normally my repertoire would be like fastball, changeup, slider, curveball, but today I think the curveball was ahead of the slider. That's just kind of the nature of the beast when it comes out to pitching. Every 6 days, you never know what you're really going to have. You just got to go out there and compete and just lay it all in between the lines.
I know that first outing of spring before the minor league game, you talked about the adrenaline, not being able to sleep the night before. Was there a little bit of that coming into this one, knowing that it was at your home ballpark and the opening day is right around the corner?
There was a lot of adrenaline, but I feel like the outings leading up to this kind of put me in a good situation to go out there and succeed. Kind of, get my feet wet, get back to real competition, and not rehabbing anymore. So. I feel like the energy, the atmosphere was extremely high, but I was able to just use that to my advantage.
As far as the benchmarks go, you focusing on just being able to go out there and pitch and not worry about your mechanics and delivery, that's where you wanted to be at this point?
Yeah, at this point, it's not about like rehabbing or getting the delivery right. I've had 2 years to do that, another healthy off season. So it's just all about competing and executing pitches.
Thanks for the time.
Of course.
Thank you for that, Erica. Noah Syndergaard honest about his performance here tonight, and peanut butter and jelly.
Yes,
his relationship.
That was a great job,
Erica,
on that one.
Yeah.
Those are good questions there, and I thought what he said, feel for his secondary pitches, was really, really important. He get fastball, usually fastball, changeup, but he uses curveball more. His slider, the same thing. So using all his pitches and no longer thinking about rehab, and it's now competing on the mound.
Here's our look at Aaron Loup as Gavin Lux beats the shift. You go back and see, Syndergaard on the hill, and he felt complete confidence. I thought it was interesting. We saw him go into that curveball over that slider, that velo right in the mid-90s range, but it's the separation between the fastball, the change, the curveball that really had the hitters off balance.
Using both the 2- and 4-seam fastball, his changeup was really good. Real good arm action with his changeup. You see a strikeout on that pitch, but also his feel for his curveball in the 77, 78 mile an hour range. His slider, he had a couple back up on him, but for the most part, really good slider too.
He used the slider 13% of the time, went to the curveball 19% of the time, and also with the changeup 19%. It's the fastball. It's 50%. He had it working tonight, and that's just great to see for the Angels. Aaron Loup. One thing he told me after his first outing with the Angels in spring training, he said, nice to get a bad one out of the way early, because he was absolutely filthy last year with the Mets.
Fastball velocity last year was a little bit above average for him at 92.4, but also throws a slider, a very good cutter and changeup. There's that slider to get back into a count 2-0. You don't want to groove a fastball. What a season he had last year for the Mets, an ERA under 1.
It's going to make such a difference for that bullpen to not have to go to Iggy, as you mentioned, in the 8th. For 4-out, 5-out saves.
And if you notice his delivery, that's another one of those different arm slots you're seeing out of the bullpen for Aaron Loup.
Why was he so effective last year? 2-2.
I always look for, when you see pitchers that are successful, hiding the baseball. That baseball, when he turns his body, the baseball's at the back hip, and the hitter's trying to read that. The longer the hitter can see the baseball out of your hand, the better chance they're going to be able to read what kind of a pitch, whether it's a fastball or a breaking ball. So the deception's there. He throws a little bit across his body, but hides the baseball very well.
3-2 to Austin Barnes. High fly ball. Trout calls for it, 1 away. So Herget hides it. Here's Loup.
And his delivery, that baseball, you see it behind the hip, and then the glove, and then it's on you from that arm angle, about 3/4 delivery.
and look slightly across your body, so the hitter has very little time to react to inside, outside, or up and down in the strike zone and variation in speeds of pitches. You can have a great 100-mile-an-hour fastball, but if you're giving the hitter a chance, a longer look at that baseball out of the hand, better chance they're going to make good contact.
Here's Hanser Alberto. Ground ball, Anthony Rendon. Could we have a little 5-4-3 action? Gets out of it. Aaron Loup and Anthony Rendon. We had peanut butter and jelly earlier. That's the smooth Skippy right there. 5-1 Halos. Bottom of the 8th coming up. This team is going to be fun. That's a reminder right there. All those smiles. Angels leading 5-1. Trout going back, looking at some of his ABs.
And I'm sure he's even looking at some of his routes in the outfield. And it's good to see Trouty still out there on the bench, still in the game, getting reads both defensively and at the plate. And always that conversation going on with Jeremy Reed.
New pitcher, Brusdar Graterol, 34 games last year for the Dodgers. Coming in to pitch the bottom of the 8th inning. Jared Walsh leading off for the Halos. Walsh singled back in the first, scored a run, struck out, popped up to short. The Angels pitching has done the job here tonight. Last season, 277. He was an all-star. I guess the question remains, how much left-handed pitching will Walsh see this year? He's the everyday first baseman, so I presume a lot, unless there's, they say, a tough left-hander. They all seem pretty tough to me at this level.
Joe Maddon's really good about finding a day to give him maybe a breather, a day off on occasion. But he wants to be out there.
Jared Walsh, right field, hits that one well. Going back on it to the wall. Catch is made. Robbery.
That would have been a home run.
Just highway robbery out there in right field. That's Jose Ramos. My goodness.
Well, the Angels with a number of home runs, 3 of them already. Trouty almost had 2, and that one was gone. That's still a good swing. He's getting high fives because that's all that matters is a good swing.
Another look. He hit that one a mile high.
Yeah, he brought that one back.
Yeah, he sure did. He brought it back.
Nice play.
One down. Taylor Ward getting another at bat here. I was curious about the reaction.
Walsh had one, and Marsh had one also down the left field line when Chris Taylor made a great play against this. Is it a home run or not?
It's befuddled. There's ground ball. Third base. Scoop at first. Ward is retired. 2 away. Alberto. Scoop at first. And Rios. Actually, excuse me, Justin, Yurchak is in at first base now for the Dodgers.
I've been a number of the players in the lineup for the Angels out here at this point of the game getting some extra at bats.
It's another one for Austin Romine, who replaced Max Stassi, who caught all 5 innings of Noah Syndergaard. If you're just joining us, Thor was very good.
And I love that, what he said, peanut butter and jelly, the relationship they've had and created already.
And yeah, you're going to want to see what Raisel Iglesias is going to bring here in the 9th inning. Conversation with Dom Chidi out there.
How about the respect for Joe Maddon has for Dom Chidi of what he has been able to accomplish with the bullpen?
Raves about him. A little chopper Third base, Alberto across the diamond. And he gets Romine to end the inning. When we come back, time to get Iggy with it, shall we? The ticket package that's best for you. Pick the games you want and don't miss out on great seats at the best price. Visit angels.com/ticket plans. Or again, call 888-796-HALO. Gooby, we have a sellout here tonight at the Big A, over 44,000, and now they all get to experience Raisel Iglesias.
Oh, I love watching him pitch. The different arm angles he will throw. 65 games last year, 34 saves, a whip, 0.93. And when you compare the velocity of his four-seam fastball, his changeup, and slider as a hitter, that fastball is on you. Look how much you have to wait back on the changeup, and then the same thing with a slider from 96 to 89 to 85. And keep in mind, that's a great view from our StatCast 3D. He throws different arm angles with all three of those pitches. So the separation in the velocity and speeds and the arm angles makes it even more difficult to track out of his hand.
When he signed that 4-year extension, that told me right away that the Angels are in business to win ball games. And then the bullpen just got revamped. You're looking at the 8th, the 7th, the 6th, those middle innings that gave the Halos trouble last year. You need to bridge that gap. Perry did a great job building that bridge to get to Raisel Iglesias. Here at the top of the 9th, facing Kevin Pillar, someone you know very well, Gooby here, trying to make this Dodgers ball club. 5-1 Halos and just comes right at him with 97.
And the arm angles, you could try to sit back and read a pitch out of his hand, but next thing you know, it's a sidearm delivery. Then it's over the top. Then it's a slider like that one, a wicked slider. And his changeup. Now he'll throw his changeup 0-2, and he come back 1-2, and still have no contact against his changeup. Oh, that's some serious movement.
Just tied him up. Iglesias came in warm to this game. It's leaking out there. The teammate with Michael Lorenzen with the Reds. Took Iggy a little
and
bit.
Archie Bradley.
Yeah, that's right. 2-2 to Pillar. Angels pitching staff been great tonight. Started off with Thor, Noah Syndergaard 5. Jimmy Herget went 2, Luke 1. Here's Iglesias 2-2.
That's a good changeup. That's a strike.
Ooh. That looked all over the bottom half of the zone there.
By the way, Kevin Pillar and Noah Syndergaard are best of friends from their days together with the Mets. Catching that lower part of the strike zone. 91-mile-an-hour changeup.
Alfonso Marquez. Well, that's okay. Got him swinging that time. One away. I was going to say Marquez like, I want to. This game's it's moving. Not so fast. But Iggy right back. It's just nasty.
This hides the baseball well. Arm angle, runs it up there. Just going back to what we showed, the separation of speeds between his fastball, four-seamer, his changeup, and his slider. That's impressive. There was a former Dodger who I thought was one of the greatest closers I've ever seen. Eric Gagne had that separation between his four-seam fastball, his changeup, and his breaking ball.
New batter for the Dodgers, Miguel Vargas. He has different arm angles and release points.
So you can't, even though, okay, I'm looking fastball. Well, it's two types of fastballs. One, more of a conventional over-the-top throw, and then there's a sidearm delivery, and it has different movement. But he also could do that with his changeup and his slider.
Did he? He did. 0-2. That slider. 85. It's topping 97 with the heater. As Vargas 0-2. Great location.
To me, that's the best pitch you can throw. Fastball just about a half a baseball off the corner, because now as a hitter you think, oh, that was close enough, I got to protect. You're more apt to chase the very next pitch.
And he does. 2 strikeouts for Iggy. The Dodgers are down to their final out here, trailing 5-1. See if Raisel Iglesias could punch out the side. Cap off this Freeway Series in style. Overmatched was Vargas in that AB. Eddie Alvarez is now the batter for the Dodgers. 5-1 Halos here in the 9th inning. 2 away.
That's that great changeup. This phenomenal feel for his changeup.
It's a little pop-up. Rojas is there. Ball game. Raisel Iglesias comes into the night, strikes out 2, gets a harmless pop-up. Angels use the long ball. Shohei Ohtani, Rendon, Taylor Ward, and a 5-1 victory here at the Big A. A sellout crowd of 44,000. And you know what? It was short, and was it ever sweet?
Yeah, I mean, they did everything so well. The smiles, and Anthony Rendon, what a game he had, both with the glove and swinging the bat. Garrett Walsh, same thing. Those corner infielders dealing. Mike Trout with some good swings. Not a lot to show for as far as actually hits, but he swung the bat very well. And Taylor Ward, wow, what he's been doing with the bat. Noah Syndergaard set the tone. That is what you need, somebody to set the tone on the mound, and that's exactly what he did. Joe Maddon's got real happy, and that man closing it up, Raisel Iglesias, is nasty.
The Angels certainly brought out some lumber here tonight at the Big A in front of the sellout crowd, and they did it off a really good pitcher, the Dodgers ace Walker Buehler.
Yeah, when you're hitting and driving the ball against Buehler like that, and a couple home runs versus his changeup and a slider they hit out. So that's impressive. Over 400-foot shot between Ohtani and Anthony Rendon on changeups versus Walker Buehler, one of the best changeups in the game. But not on those pitches against some hot hitters the way they're swinging the bat right now.
All right, joining us now down on the field is Angels outfielder Taylor Ward, who hit that big home run in that first inning, 2-run shot to get the Angels going. Taylor, it's Patrick O'Neill. That was a nice, nifty, clean victory for you. Before I ask about your home run, how about Noah Syndergaard, your thoughts on how he looked on the bump?
Looked sharp. I mean, quick innings, got ahead. Not much more you can ask for. Excited to have him.
What about your bullpen also? And then to see Raisel Iglesias, having him re-sign and then come in and do that, you got to love it.
Love it. Beautiful thing. This club's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it'll be really fun this year.
Okay, so your home run. Take me through it. 2 outs there in the first. You didn't miss it.
Yeah, just good AB, trying to stay in there, and he threw me a good pitch to hit, and I took advantage of it.
Taylor, what about your plans this year? And I spoke to you briefly in spring training. You're like, yeah, this is my time. I paraphrase. But you knocked down the door, and this is your season. This is your time to show that you belong here in the big leagues.
Absolutely. You know, I just need to keep playing my game. No fear, just doing my thing. Everything else will take care of itself. If
this team stays healthy, right? That's always the big if, and I know every team says it. What kind of damage do you think you could do in the American League West?
Hey, I don't want to put any numbers out there or anything, but it'll be really exciting if we stay healthy. Really exciting.
What about the energy here tonight? Last one for you, over 44,000 here to play under the lights, too, after all those day games there in Tempe.
Love it, love it. Good to see the fans out here. It's going to be a fun year. Stick around.
Hey, you know what? We're fired up for you and the team. Congrats. That was a bomb. And we'll catch up with you again real soon.
Thanks, Patrick.
You got it, bud. Taylor Ward right there doing some damage. And the Angels got the victory in front of a huge crowd here. Smiles for Noah Syndergaard. You're going to want to stick around for our Angels Live postgame show. That's because Erica Weston has it on lockdown. Mark Gubicza on his way down. Angels fans, get ready. 2022 season is going to be lit just like that Halo is tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow. Angels Live is next.